Yeah, Kuraly's in and Gauntz is out tonight.
Okay. So, with that, I'm assuming based on practice yesterday that Danforth obviously stays at center. Could you maybe just, talk a little bit about maybe him with Johnson and Bjorkstrand and why it looks like you might keep them together potentially?
Well, I haven't set on lines. That was practice yesterday, but I put them together because I think Danny's been one of our best players last several games. I think Oliver's a guy that provides leadership. He's got a great release, and I know watching Ken, I think one of the strengths is passing the puck. So that might be a good fit. Plus, there's some other lines that are going pretty well. So there's a lot of things you're juggling here, trying to when you're putting them together. But it's one game. We'll see how it goes tonight if we keep it as such.
Yeah. With Danforth, sticking with him for a quick second, I know you like him better on the wing, and we've talked about the reasons why. But the more that he has been able to play center, are you seeing improvements there that you're happy with?
Sure. Yeah, I think his commitment to check, play hard, play stiff, provide energy, speed. We all see his speed every game, and you're noticing him every single game. And you notice him in the right ways as far as his tenacity, his physicality, he's hard on pucks. He's getting on the forecheck. He's tracking really well, and I think the more he's played at center here of late, he understands what we're doing there, and he's getting more comfortable in there. And plus, they'll use him in the faceoff circle, especially being ready.
And just checking, it's Elvis again, right?
Correct.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, we'll go to Dave Metzel. Go ahead, Dave.
Thanks, guys. Just want to talk a little bit about Jack Rosselbeck's little streak that he's on here, Brad, and wondering if that is. With Patty having 3 of the primaries on his last 5 goals, is it benefiting from playing with Patrick, or is it just coincidental that both of these guys are kind of heating up a little bit right now?
Yeah, well, I think it's a little bit of both. I think these guys have played a good amount of games together. They know each other, especially when Boone went down, right? I mean, Boone was injured, and we had to shuffle some lines. But I think I share this with you guys. I think Jack's game has improved a long time ago here from that Calgary game way back when there, and that's 7-8 weeks ago now. So his focus shifted. I think he really concentrated on puck management and making the right decisions and situational play and the timing of when to try some of his skilled plays. If it's not there, you really put a concentration on it, and you could see in his game, I think he was way more consistent in those areas. And you like to see a guy get rewarded when they're doing all the right things away from the puck. And last game you got a couple good bounces there, but you earn your breaks, you earn your bounces, and so it's been huge. He's got 5 goals in 2 games, and I think Patrick compliments him. Again, I want Patrick shooting the puck. He should be a shot first guy all the time. Sometimes it's hard to knock that out of him, but we know he can make skilled plays. That shot's so lethal. I'd love to see him get 6 shots a game. And don't forget about Gus on that line. I think Gus provides something there too, with good energy, good spark, tenacity. He's real strong on pucks, and he distributes really well also.
So with Jack, you said he took a little bit of a dip. I think you mentioned that in Detroit, that he took a little bit of a dip. Has he got it back to where he was when he really started turning things around, or is there still a little bit more to give here in these last 8?
Yeah, well, it was probably several games, but he wasn't alone. I think our team did. The Philadelphia games, it was, there were some games in there that quite honestly didn't like from a lot of our guys. So, but what I did see was starting to force a few plays that maybe weren't there, but I think he's got it back. I think he really has an understanding of what it feels like, and he put a good stretch together. Again, it wasn't 3 or 4 or 5 games. He's earned his spot where he's at. It wasn't just given to him because we had injuries. I could put other guys there. He built more trust. He started to do the right things and make better decisions with the puck under pressure and situational things we talked about. So, I think as a team we dipped. He was part of that, and I think last game was better. And we're going to be a real tough one tonight. It's a team fighting for a playoff spot, and so we better be ready to compete tonight.
Brad, I also want to ask you just about this trip. Is there a benefit, especially at this time of year with all these young players, to having a trip like this to kind of, pull that bonding together? I know they had a dinner the other night and that type of thing. Is there a real benefit that could pay off on down the road, or, even before the season ends?
I think anytime you get the group together, there's a benefit. I've said it before. I think this group really likes each other. You can tell I've been around a lot of locker rooms as a player and a coach, and you can tell if there's something off or there's a little bit of a mess. But this group, they care about one another. They enjoy each other's company. So there's always a benefit when they're getting together, and they can have these trips for that. I think it's excellent for the group.
Thanks.
Okay, we'll go to Jeff Sloboda. Go ahead, Jeff.
Thanks, Glenn. Thanks, Laura. It's kind of a similar question, but just with these new guys, there's probably a lot of things that are new to them. They're having to adjust in so many different ways. As a coach and as a staff, do you spend much time just kind of making sure they're comfortable in that adjustment, they're fitting in, things like that? Or do you just trust the guys, trust the room to kind of handle that stuff and welcome them in and make sure everything's kind of taken care of for them?
Yeah, we have our meetings and we talk about the hockey side of it and making sure things are taken care of away from the rink. But so you got teammates for. We have a good room, we got good leadership, and I think you can tell right away our guys are engaged with them and talking with them and trying to help them. I think the real benefit was getting them here and getting 2 full practices in. It doesn't sound like a lot, but at this time of year, you don't get those practices. It just the schedule's been so brutal. But to get 2 full practices like the way we did helped, because we were able to do video sessions and I was able to talk to them one-on-one and go through some stuff, and if they had questions. So it wasn't like no practice right into a game. That helped. But yeah, I think our leadership group, our team does a real good job of welcoming guys, and they've done that with these 2 for sure.
Awesome. Thank you.
We'll go to Mark Scheig. Go ahead, Mark.
Thank you, Glenn. Brad, the recent opponents of yours have been non-playoff teams like the Flyers, the Red Wings, the Canadians, and you alluded earlier that the Kings are right there fighting. They might even start tonight out of the playoffs, depending on stuff. Just how eager are you to see your young team play a team and play in that kind of situation, knowing what's on the line? Yeah,
unfortunately, we're not in that situation, which it's not a lot of fun. But I expect this, it's not hard to figure out. They had a tough last game against Colorado. They're fighting for their lives to stay in that playoff spot. They're at home. You're going to get their best, and I have no doubt they're coming. So to feel that intensity of the game, I hope our guys are ready, prepared for that. We certainly have addressed it, talked about it, and yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how we respond. I think these guys, if they think anything other than they're going to get the best from that team, I think they'd be very foolish. So it's going to be an intense game. I think it's going to be a game that could be a real good experience and a lot of fun if it's handled properly.
We'll go back to Brian Hedger. Go ahead, Brian.
Yeah, you guys have not played this team in, I think it's been a little more than a month or so around there. And I know games in this league, when you got 82 of them kind of run together, so you don't remember them. But that last loss to the Kings I believe in overtime, that was I think it was one of the tougher ones for you guys to kind of swallow at the time, with the offside thing and offside and everything. How much of that previous game, especially since it's the opponent that you only play twice a season, may be a motivator for this one?
0. Yeah, it's got nothing. It's so far back. That seems like 3 months ago.
Right.
Really, you just focus on tonight's game and the magnitude of the game for them. I know it's high. It's a must win. They need this win. So, and I've said this to you guys, and I said it to my team. We're not here to play spoilers. That's not what we're here. We're here to win a hockey game, and we're here to play an intense competitive game. And so that's what I'm expecting from our guys.